Now let's take a look at finding the slope of a line. So first let's describe the slope of the line. And so what that is, just to define what slope is, we can say that it is rise over run, which is the same thing as the change in the y over change in x. So y is our up and down, right? Well, like our y-axis, it goes up and down, and change in x is left to right. Another way to rewrite this is that it's delta y over delta x, which is the same thing, right? Just shorthand. Now, another thing I want to point out is we could also use the slope formula. The slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So there's lots of different ways to find the slope of these lines. So we could let's do the slope formula. So we have x1, y1, and then x2, y2. So the thing to remember about slope is that the y is always on top, right? Change in y, so y's are on top. So we're going to do 2, so the y value is 2 minus 3. And then the x is in the bottom, so that is 3 minus a minus 2. Now, you need to be careful that you don't mix up number one, like which one goes first. So if you pick this as your first value, then it's 2 minus 3. And then in the denominator, you have to pick this one first, right? And then you simplify. So this becomes 2 minus 3 is negative 1 over 3 minus a minus 2 is really 3 plus 2. And so therefore it is negative a fifth. So that is our slope of this line. Another way to do this is just doing rise over run. So if we go up 1, so up is positive, so it's a positive 1. Then we go left is negative. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left is negative 5. And notice our slope is the same. It's still 1 over negative 5. So that's two ways to find it. So letter number 2. You could just do that, right? You could do rise. So when you go up, it's positive. Down, it's negative. For x, if you go right, it's positive. Left is negative. So you pick a point. So let's pick this point here. I'm going to go up 1, 2, which is positive. And then right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's positive again. So therefore, we can say our slope is 2 over 6. And then we reduce. So we can reduce this, divide by 2 on the top and the bottom, and we find that the slope is 1 over 3. Now the slope of a horizontal line. So let's just let's try rise over run. So we can do two different ways. So can we go up any? The answer is no, we cannot go up, so therefore it is 0. But we can go, if we go from here, we can go right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. 0 over 7 is 0, so this is 0 slope. 0 slope is our horizontal line. Now vertical line, let's do the rise over run again. So can we go up? Yes, I can from this point. I would go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I go left or right? I cannot, so it's 0. So remember, zeros in the denominator are not allowed. So therefore, this is undefined. Slope of a vertical line is undefined. So now let's find the slope of the line through the given points. So now, in here, let's use our formula. x1, y1, x2, y2. And so I'm going to start with this one. So this is negative 2 minus a negative 2. And the x is 7 minus a 1. So 2 minus a minus 2, that means it's positive. So negative 2 plus 2, that's 0 over 6. So therefore, this is 0 slope. Let's try this next example. So the slope, using the slope formula again, x1, y1, x2, y2. So negative 5 minus a negative 3, and the negative 3 minus a negative 3. So the numerator becomes negative 5 plus 3, which is negative 2 over negative 3 plus 3, which is 0. And so what happens when you get a negative 2 over 0? That's undefined. Okay, number 8. So we can find the slope using the slope formula. So I'll show you 2 different ways to solve for this. So let's use slope formula first. So I'm just going to label this one as x1, y1. And then I'll pick this x2, y2. You really could pick any one you want. If you wanted to, you could pick this as your x1, y1, and this is your x2, y2. It's totally up to you. It's just a matter of choice. So I'll use this. So m equals y2, so 5 minus 2 over 3 minus 1. So 5 minus 2 is 3 over 2. So our slope is 3 over 2. So that's one way to do this problem, using the slope formula. Another way to do it, and maybe you remember this from Algebra 1, or even in geometry, is that you can use the rate of change. So let's look at what is the difference between this y value to this y value. So 2 to 5, and then 5 to 8, and 8 to 11. So 2 to 5, first of all, that's plus 3. 5 to 8 is still plus 3. 8 to 11 is also plus 3. On the left, the change in the x's. 1 to 3, we're adding 2 each time. Plus 2, and plus 2. And so remember when we defined slope, we said that it was rise over run, or change in y over change in x. So therefore, we could say, so this is change in y over change in x. Our y values are these here, which is our 3 over our change in x, which we said was right here, is a 2. Okay, so that's another way to find slope. So try number 9 on your own. So if you tried it, we could do the slope formula. And then, so I picked 4 minus 6, so this y minus this y, over negative 2 minus a minus 3. So this becomes 4 minus 6 is a negative 2 over negative 2 plus 3 is a 1. So the slope is negative 2. If you did the rise over, or I'm sorry, the rate of change. So you notice it here, it's decreasing by 2 each time. Then on the left side for our x's, we notice that it's increasing by 1. So it's the same thing. Change in y over change in x. This is negative 2 over 1 or negative 2. So again, 2 ways to figure out slope. And it's just nice to know both, so that way you can double check your answers.